Hey, is this thing on? Hey, Nemo. Sure, I'm all set up here. I haven't gone live impromptu in quite a while. Okay, so just looking through some Beacon Star notes, and thought I'd make a little video here. Let's see here. The Belmar giraffe. Okay, so if you guys don't know, K-Pro's making dinner, so she can't join us. She's busy. If you guys don't know, Randy made a little reaction video to something K-Pro said. I think that was last Monday. Not yesterday, because we didn't do a show yesterday, but back on the 8th. She said we should throw the Beacon Star away. Hey, Kiwi Road, how you doing? She said we should either burn it or throw it away. And Valentine Goose, he made a reaction video. So I thought I'd make a reaction to the reaction. Find that video. I'm not going to play it, but let me find it. In case anybody else wants to watch it. That's the video right there. So just going to talk about a couple things that was said in that video. So, Beacon Star. Hey, Tammy, how's it going? I emailed you back, by the way. Oh, yeah, and you emailed me back. That's right. So, the Beacon Star. If you guys don't know, Beacon Star is a treasure hunt book that's been out quite a while. I believe it came out in 2016. So, if my math is right, it's been out 7 years or so. It is a treasure hunt in Denver, Colorado. And it's, let's see, I guess the prize was $5,000. Randy said he sold 747 books. He said he'd put $1 into the prize pool. So I guess the prize pool is $5,747 and a 1-ounce gold coin. That is the prize, if anybody can ever figure this out. So that's the Beacon Star. You know, we were hot and heavy on it last year. I was looking through, it's been about a year, I think, since we did a Beacon Star Thursdays. We were doing it so much I had a t-shirt made. And then we stopped because we all got stuck. And there's nothing worse than solve, and then hit a brick wall. See what I did there? Brick wall with the poems and the numbers. Yeah, that's rough. So we all took a break, and it's good to take a break, I think. And we went on to some other things, and some other treasure hunts have popped up in the old treasure hunt amusement park. And we haven't got back to the Beacon Star yet. So K-Pro on last Monday's show said we should throw that book away. So Randy made Randy's the creator. He made hey, Ryan, he made a reaction video. So I thought I'd do a reaction to the reaction. So, what are some of the things that Randy said? I put a link to the video in the chat, and his YouTube channel is Valentine Goose. You guys should go subscribe. He puts up some interesting videos, and if you're working on the Beacon Star, you should really go subscribe. So, first thing he talked about was giving up on treasure hunts. K-Pro is getting frustrated. You know, there's silver, 2 pounds of silver hidden here somewhere in Northeast Vegas. I think she's been out there like 10 hours over 2 different days looking for this thing. The problem is the riddle is so vague, it's hard to pinpoint it. She thinks she has the right area, but couldn't find it. You know, it's 90 degrees out. So she got a little frustrated, as we all do at times. And so Randy gave his treasure trove story about how him and his son found one of the tokens. It had fallen out of the tree. It was under some leaves. So it was a pretty cool story. But his thing was, hey, don't give up. You know, you'll get one eventually. So for us here in Vegas, you know, there was the $10,000 treasure that we walked right by, which was under a bench up in North Vegas. There was the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt, had a item in Sunset Park, and we were second. We knew where it was. We were the second person to get there. Shout out to Anthony. He's the one who got there first. there was another treasure for $1,000, another $1,000 in Sunset Park, and we were there. We just didn't find it. We think it was wedged in some rocks, and we just didn't see it. Or it could have been found before we got there, which is what I think happened. Although the guy didn't come forward, I think, till a day or two later. So that's 3 that we've missed here in Las Vegas. And if we go way back in the day to before I met K-Pro, there was a little website called Custard Quest. I wonder if Custard Quest is still around, because that was a pretty cool thing. Let me see. Custardquest.com. Oh, it looks like it's down. Custard Quest. I think it was custardquest.com. What? Do you want to join the video, honey? No. Yeah. The Rock. Which one? Sunset? Oh, the Jingle Bell. That's right. She reminded me of another one. So there's 3. And then the Jingle Bell Rock is a $10,000 treasure hunt the radio station puts on every year here in Vegas between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And, I'm usually busy at work. So we look at the clues, figure something out. K-Pro races out there in the truck. And twice she was in the area, but didn't find it. Because, again, you're looking for a 10-inch by 10-inch paving stone in the middle of the desert with a bunch of stones. Hey, Jim King, how's it going? So that's a 4th one that we missed, right? Missed. You're at least we're in the right area, but didn't get it. And then going way back to before I met Christy, going back to the 12.org days, there was a website called Custard Quest, and this guy would hide rocks around the U.S., and one of them was right here at the entrance to the Luxor Casino. And I think the prize was like $250 or something. It wasn't anything crazy. But he would write stories. Hey, Violet. He would write stories, and he would put clues to where they were. And when I realized, hey, this one's in Vegas, they were all hidden clues in a story. Went there, looked for it. Again, didn't find it. A week later, a guy's like, it's right here. I'm like, I looked right there on that shelf. This was just a little handheld rock that on the bottom was painted a serial number. You give them the serial number. So one that I missed. So there's 5 right there that we've missed over the years. Yeah, there's K-Pro. So it happens, but we don't give up. I understand getting frustrated, and K-Pro's not giving up. K-Pro will be out there tomorrow if we thought we knew where the silver was. 2 pounds of silver, by the way. So yeah, for the Beacon Star, it's just not K-Pro's cup of tea. She doesn't like the cipher type treasure hunts. And that's okay. I mean, we all have our preference. She would prefer to have a Forrest Fenn poem that makes no sense and that covers 4 states and that everybody in the world thought they were right. But I get it. So burn it all down. Yeah. So we're not giving up. Of course, the Treasure Hunt Amusement Park is open, alive, and well. And yeah, we're going to ride the rides. I just got, speaking of the Treasure Hunt Amusement Park, I just got this bad boy in the mail. Look at that, huh? This is Bart Kay's brand new. We think it's a treasure hunt. This is Bart Kay's brand new book, and I bought the expensive leather-bound journal, which is in the story. Pretty cool. We think it's a treasure hunt, but much like the Beacon Star, it doesn't say it's a treasure hunt. I think we just have to figure that out. And I've only read the first couple pages so far. Yes, I am hungry, K-Pro, so that'll be nice. Burn it all. Does that include the Forrest Fenn solution? The Forrest Fenn, how it really ended, K-Pro? Are we going to burn that too? Yeah, JK Pioneer knows it's almost $2,000 in silver. And it's not a proxy. The actual silver is out there somewhere in Vegas, the outskirts of Vegas, waiting for us to find it. But back to my point. The point was we're not going to give up. K-Pro just gets a little frustrated sometimes. But K-Pro did a PowerPoint. What I showed in the beginning is I went through my Beacon Star notes, my folder, and I forgot that K-Pro actually did a pretty in-depth PowerPoint on the texts that we were supposed to find. So pretty cool. We'll have to get back to the Beacon Star, right? We got to get back to some Zooms. But to get back to Randy's video, he was talking about nobody's found it, Jim. Nobody's found them yet. They put out one clue. The clue said you got to look into the Indian people here in Vegas, and that would put the riddle in context. But to get back to Randy's point, he talked about Xavier Marks, and Xavier Marks has got all these celebrities that have posted the link to their book, and it's just hard to get people involved. What I think the problem is a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people are like, oh, there's $10,000 in New York. There's, no, there's not. They just don't believe it. They're skeptical. But to correct you, Randy, I think you said they sold over 400. Sean did an update recently, and they have sold over 1,000 books. So Xavier Marks has been out about a year and a half, and they've sold over 1,000 books, is what he said. If he can be trusted, Sean Cronin, I think he can. And but you got to look at all those celebrities that have tweeted it out and all the clues that they've given on Instagram and Twitter. So they've really done the celebrity clue thing. They've really hit the social media hard, right? Now they have their YouTube channel, and so they've sold over 1,000 books in a year and a half. The Beacon Star has been out almost 7 years, and you gave an update. Thank you very much. It sold about 747 books. But as you know, and as we all know, that you don't promote it. You're not out there saying, "Hey, buy my book," because I don't think you really care if people buy your book. And I'm going to get into that a little bit more in depth about a couple things you said. And then we all know Forrest Fenn was a huge treasure hunt. That was a big roller coaster in the old amusement park because of the prize. The prize was $1 million in gold and jewels. At least that's what it was. We were told it was. And it was that much at the auction. Everything was said and done. It was over $1 million. And that sold, was it 50,000 books, K-Pro? Oh, she's Forrest Fenn. Did he sell over 50,000 books or 35,000? 54,000, and that was over 10 years. So the Forrest Fenn Thrill of the Chase sold 54,000 books over 10 years. But that, again, I think the reason was that was $1 million. It was a huge, thing, and that's why. Think about if the Thrill of the Chase was the exact same book, the exact same poem, and the prize was $10,000. Do you think it would have sold that many books? I don't. I think the $1 million was the hook. Now, Forrest Fenn was a very interesting person, and you could really, get lost in his life story and all that. But if that prize was 10 grand, I don't think it sells that many books. I don't think it sells anywhere near that many books. And if it was only a $10,000 prize, I don't think he gets on the Today Show. I don't think he gets in Hemisphere magazine. I don't think it happened the way it went down. The $1 million is what really captured everybody's imagination, and that the items were actually in the chest. You didn't have to find a proxy. If you find it, you get to keep it. Gold coins, gold nuggets, etc. So, Beacon Star sold around 747 books. Hey, Craig, I thought I'd see if you would show up or not. It's been a while, huh? It's been a while since we talked about the Beacon Star. Just doing a reaction to the reaction video. No, we don't think it's Gypsum Cave. K-Pro tried to get over to Gypsum Cave and almost rolled the Jeep. So it's still possible, I guess, but we have not actually made it out to the cave. But I know other people have. So there's something more to that riddle, I think. K-Pro says for the first few years, only a few hundred books were sold for the chase. Hemispheres and the Today Show really made it huge. Yeah, I agree with that. It just snowballed from there. But I really think it was due to the $1 million prize. Yeah, marketing. That's right. Marsha. Yeah. So let's stay on track, K-Pro. So Randy was like, and I don't think it's a problem for Randy. Nothing in Randy's book says it's a treasure hunt unless you actually solve it. Some puzzles in the book, you know what I mean? And then you start to, I like that. I like the mystery of that. It's just like Bart's book. You don't know what it is. He's going to sell, not many copies of that because he's not promoting it. He has a website and that's it. And nowhere on the website does it say it's a treasure hunt. You just have to know that Bart did the hunt for history, what that was all about, which you guys know if you watch our show, because we talked about it about 2 years ago when he sent me the map. And now this is his second book. And on our show, he talked about, I'm going to do a bigger treasure hunt. So I think this is a huge one. I just haven't read the book and solved enough puzzles to figure it out. But back to the Beacon Star. Randy talked about he has a celebrity friend, and he always told his celebrity friend, I would never use you to sell books. I never want you to talk to your celebrity friends about promoting it. But he did say that the celebrity friend, I believe if I heard him right, came to him and said, there is a way we could do it. There's a way we could make it happen. And Randy was like, I don't know. He seems to think it's unethical for some reason. Or maybe it's just his friendship with this celebrity friend. But my opinion, Randy, is that you should exercise this option. If you don't think it's going to ruin your friendship with your friend, I think you should exercise it. And this is why. Not because of book sales, not to get your money back for the treasure hunt. I know you're not worried about that. You didn't create this treasure hunt to make money, obviously. The reason you should exercise this option is because I think the puzzles in the Beacon Star are worth getting in front of a wider audience because I think they're that clever. And I think nerds out there, let's just say what it is, and not even nerds, but just people that are into puzzles and mysteries would really like the Beacon Star if they knew about it. Okay. Think about how many escape rooms are out there. There's like 16 escape rooms in Denver, 16. All over the country, people have gone crazy for escape rooms and all those kind of puzzles that are out there. And I think the Beacon Star is something that would appeal to them if only they knew about the Beacon Star, if only they realized it is a treasure hunt. There are puzzles. There is something in Denver you can go find. You can go to all these real world locations and get these clues, all the sundials, all the tech, all the plaques. And yeah, I think you should exercise whatever that person was talking about to get a celebrity to either endorse it or just tweet it out, like Xavier Marks has, and just get the word out on the book. It's a double-edged sword because the more people that read the book, probably the quicker it'll be solved. And then, of course, I want to solve it. I don't want somebody else to solve it, and then the fun is over. But I think due to the time and effort that you put into it, I do think it should get out there to a wider audience. So again, it's not money. It's not you being the evil person of trying to make money. It's not even you trying to make your money back. I think the book deserves more eyes on it. That maybe it could go viral and take off. The other thing, though, and I'll give you just some of, of course. So that's true. I'm going to do more shows, so maybe we get a bigger audience. I never thought of it that way, but yeah, that's true. None of us are apparently not yet because we haven't solved it yet. Only Randy is. Only Randy is smart enough. And again, I reserve judgment on the solution until I know what it is, as I've said before. The Beacon Star is genius, Jeep Girl Jody says. Yeah, I agree. Okay. So my advice, Mr. Randy Fishel, if that's your real name, if you do talk to your celebrity friend and you actually make that work, whatever it is, whatever that means, you got to promote it the right way. Don't just say, hey, everybody, there's a treasure hunt in Denver for 5,700 and a gold coin, because nobody's going to know what that means. Most people are going to be skeptical. That's not the way to do it. What you need to do, in my opinion, is you need to say, there's a 7-year-old mystery in Denver that nobody has been able to figure out. Can you figure it out? That's the way to promote it. Think of an escape room. There's a puzzle here. There's something to be solved. There's a mystery. And yes, there's a prize at the end, but don't even tell people that. Just say, hey, for anybody who loves puzzles and mysteries, here's a book that has some very interesting things, just like the very back of the book says. Just like this says when you decode it, right? I got that right? Yeah, just like this says when you decode it. I can't remember the exact words because I haven't looked at my notes in a while, but if you solve certain puzzles, you might learn something extraordinary in this book. So that's the way you promote it. I think you don't maybe leave the treasure hunt aspect out of it. Promote it as a mystery. There's a mystery in Denver that nobody's been able to solve for 7 years. Can you solve it? Are you interested in puzzles? Are you interested in ciphers? Obviously. Are you interested in very fun type stuff like that? Because there's a whole wide range of people that would be interested in this book if they only knew about it. And I know you said, it's hard to get people involved. Xavier Marks, only 1,000 books, and all those celebrities have tweeted it. The only big one, Masquerade was huge, but that's over in the UK. I think the UK is a different kind of. I think the UK is a whole different breed. They're really into it a lot more than we are here in the US. But I think here in the US, we could get that audience if we get the word out the right way. All right, so enough on that. You should talk to your friend and make it happen, whatever that means. All right. Because the book deserves more people to see it and more people to work on it, in my opinion. And then, as I said, it depends how you promote it or how this person endorses it or whatever they're going to do. 7-year-old mystery in Denver. That's a tagline. Yeah, and not even escape rooms like National Treasure. They watch that series on Disney. There's people that's involved and that love to watch that stuff, and now there's a way they can actually get involved. They don't know about Xavier Marks. They don't know about My Treasure Adventures. They don't even know. Even Tammy said, I didn't know all these other puzzles were going on when she was on the show. Yeah, there's a lot out there, and people just don't know. A lot of people don't know about mysterious writings and all the different puzzles that are out there. So I think you getting somebody famous to promote this book is a good way to open up the treasure hunting world, the treasure hunt amusement park to all these people, Randy. That's my opinion on it. All right, enough of that. So now we get down to the nitty gritty. There is a clue that Randy wants to release. He says, and I believe him because he said it. He thinks he should release it. Maybe he wants to release it. He said there's a sticking point that we're all getting stuck on. And what's interesting is he never thought that would be the point, the puzzle in the book that we would all get stuck on. So what does that mean? But watching your video twice, because the second time I took notes, I think you actually gave us a hint or a clue in the video. Wink. Did you? Maybe you could confirm or deny that. And if you want to make another video at some point, I think you told us a little information about something. I'm not going to go over it just yet. Maybe we do the next Zoom. I'll talk to people in the Zoom about it. And you said if you do give out this hint or this clue, you think it'll only last like another year. Well, I respectfully disagree. It's taken us 7 years to get solved what's solved. Right over there, you can see a bunch of stuff that's been solved. But the only reason we got the GPS is because you hinted it. Craig Carter, and Bobby, they broke the GPS page. Thank you very much for sharing it. And the only way that happened is because you gave a hint to GPS in a Forrest Fenn video you made. You gave a little, when I do GPS, I do it this way, wink, and then they figured it out. But if you would have put that out, I don't think we would have solved that page. So while you think, oh, it'll probably be solved in a year if I give this hint, I think maybe you're giving us a little too much credit. I don't think that's the case, only based on how much has been solved up to date. I could be wrong. You're the one that knows the solution, but maybe we all don't think like you do, Randy, and that's why we're all stuck on this sticking point, as you call it. Should you give this clue? I'm torn on this. If you give it and then it is solved in a year, I'll be disappointed because it's been a lot of fun working on this, and I want to keep making videos, and I want to solve it. At least have me and K-Pro, if we thought we were confident enough to make a boots on the ground to Denver, would really be cool. So I'm kind of torn, much probably like you are. You wanna get more interest in the book. I would say do this because you said you usually have a milestone. This is what I think you could do as a milestone. Have your celebrity friend promote it or endorse it or whatever the plan is there. And if you can get to 1,000 books sold, then I would put out whatever this clue is. So you're at 747. It's only another 250 or so to 1,000. But if it took you 740, it took you 7 years to get to 747. Another 250 could take a while, and it depends how it's promoted. But that's what I would do. If you want any advice from Uncle Cowlazars, if when you hit 1,000 books sold, I would give out whatever this clue is, because like you said, we're all stuck, and because we're all stuck and we're busy banging our head against the brick wall with the numbers and the poems on it, we've moved over to other treasure hunts. I would love to move back if something clicks. And you said somebody will get it. Somebody will look at it a different way and go, now will they share it or not? That'd be interesting. I mean, if I figured it out, I don't think I'd share it right away. And it depends what it is. It depends what the solution is. I'm assuming that it's the poems and the brick numbers is what everybody's stuck on. But it could be the triangle puzzle as well. I don't know anybody that's found any traction on the triangle puzzle. Hey, what's up, Barry? What's up, Zozo? All the usual suspect. Tim's Adventures. Hi. Everybody's late because I didn't schedule this. This was off the dome, as the kids say. Yeah, that's true. Sean says, he doesn't know what the current thing is, but he'd be really cool to sell physics books in Denver gift shops. I don't know what the current strategy is, but I think it'd be really cool to sell physics books. Knowing the treasure is there. When you said I think you meant physical, right? Physical books in the Denver gift shops. Knowing the treasure is there would make it an appealing item to grab by a register. Yeah, I agree. If Randy wanted to go that route and really sell it. Escape rooms. There's 16 escape rooms in Denver. What if this book was there as you check out the Denver mystery, the Denver puzzle? Can you solve it? There's a lot of ideas. I just don't think Randy is interested in marketing the book, and that's his right. He doesn't need to be. But I do think if you have a celebrity that can either endorse it or promote it, I think you should have them do that, Randy. Yeah, I meant physical. Yeah, I got you. It's just like in New York, if you could get Xavier Marks in maybe gift shops or bodegas or whatever they have going on. I know it's a lot easier said than done. So after thinking about it for a while, and I did because I couldn't sleep last night, I do think you should release the clue, Randy. Even if it ends it, even if it becomes a foot race, it'll be a hell of a ride until it's over. So I do think you should. I do think you should release the clue. I would say at 1,000 books, come up with your own milestone. You've done it in the past. We move forward a couple inches every time you give us a little something, right? But I still think it's a long way to get to the end zone. So that's just my opinion. I love what you said about a garage sale idea, a treasure hunt where the garage sale is only done once a year and you can only retrieve the proxy or find the item it's time. There's only once a year at somebody's house. I mean, I know the logistics on that might be hard, but that's an awesome idea. I really like that. And then you made some other comments I'm not going to go into, which I thought was interesting. And you even said why a treasure hunt might last for years using one of those things. So we'll talk about that in a Zoom at some point. We'll do another Beacon Star Zoom. But yeah, triangle puzzle or the brick poems. Those are the two. I have a feeling it's the brick poems because that PowerPoint that K-Pro put together with the help of all the community, it's not just me and K-Pro. I really think we have all the text right. And it's just, you got to understand there's a lot happening on those brick pages. There's the numbers, there's the binary, and I'm just off the top of my head. There's the Fibonacci numbers, there's the poems themselves. It's just trying to figure out how we read it has been a task for sure. But here's one possibility, and maybe you could expound on this and tell us because it would really help. Is it solvable? The brick poems and the triangle puzzle, are they solvable as is, or do we have to solve something else in order to solve them? In other words, if I have to solve the triangle puzzle and that answer helps me then solve the brick poems, that would be helpful to know. It would be helpful to know if this is a layered thing. I don't think it is because I don't think you've ever said it is, but it's possible it could be, right? Do we have to solve the brick poems and get that solution before we can solve the triangle puzzle? I don't think that's giving away too much, especially if the answers know that they're individual puzzles and are solvable just from the book. It would be helpful, I think, if you confirm that for everybody. And it is interesting that you said in all the points in the book or the puzzles in the book, you didn't think this is the one we would get stuck on. So maybe we're overcomplicating it. Maybe it's a little bit easier than what we're thinking. Craig Carter says, I wanted him to at least tell us which point we are stuck on, not to tell us how to solve it. That at least focuses us in the area he thinks is tripping us up. Yeah, I agree. It would be helpful if Randy would confirm where everybody's stuck, because that means, we've always thought, has somebody solved the triangle puzzle, but they don't post it publicly? Has somebody solved the brick poems? If Randy said to his knowledge nobody has solved it, that would be helpful. Mike, Randy just called me. He said it's impossible, not solvable. There, I said it. Yeah, there it is, Barry. I mean, I knew I wasn't the only one who caught it. Certain time of the year has got to be hints to the sundial. I think Randy gave us a hint right there. So the read clue, might as well just go into it since you brought it up, Barry. Let the cat out of the bag. If what Randy dropped was true, he's like, a hunt would last years if there was a way you could only read something a certain time of year. Well, that's the sundials, right? So read clue from each. What if there's a particular date you have to do it? Then that means we have to derive the date from the book. So maybe the answer to the sundials, maybe the answer to the triangle puzzle is the date that we therefore use on the sundials. And again, this is what I'm saying, Randy. It would be helpful to know that there is something you have to solve before you can solve this. I don't think that's giving away too much, if that in fact is the case. So, Czar, Xavier Marks. It took me 40 minutes from the time I opened the book and narrowed it down to a city block. Czar thinks he's got it figured out, everybody. It will be interesting to see. All right, stop crossing the streams. We're talking about the Beacon Star. Yeah, to recap, because I am hungry. You ready to eat yet, K-Pro? I don't know where she's at. To recap, have the celebrity do the thing, whatever that is. You didn't go into detail, of course, but make that work and tell us all. What's that? Have the celebrity do the thing. Give the clue when you hit a milestone. If it's not 1,000 books, make it something else. Soon? Okay. And then tell us if these 3 main things in the book, the triangle puzzle, the sundials, the brick poems, are solvable as is independently, or is there an order that has to be done? That would be helpful to know. I guess you could say that's another clue or another hint, but that one is just more logistics. You're not actually helping us solve anything. You're just telling us focus on this before the other. That's right, Czar. My bad. You should come on the show, Czar. Let's do an Xavier Marks. And yeah, that's it. We're not going to burn the book. We're not going to throw the book away. And by the way, of your 747, we ordered 25, and I still have like 6 over here to give away. So anybody out there, if you're learning about the Beacon Star for the very first time, and you want a copy of the book, email me. I'll send you one. Absolutely free, because that's what me and K-Pro do. We promote treasure hunts. And this one I really like. Is the difficulty level is 10 out of 10, but that's okay. It's going to get solved eventually. Maybe sooner rather than later. Probably not, though. Just hope. Let's just hope it doesn't last 30 years. That's all. Recap. We need a secret mole to get close to Randy, and we better get hints. A girly, because we are getting ready to burn it all down. No, you're getting ready to burn it all down, K-Pro. The rest of us are patiently waiting until for a clue or a hint or until something clicks. Okay. Yeah, Barry says you're going to suck me back into this thing again, Mike. I think the Beacon Star vortex has started up, and we're all going to start drifting toward it, because we all have been stuck on Xavier Marks, I think, for a while. The Zooms are not what they used to be for Xavier Marks, so why don't we pivot to another treasure hunt? I think maybe we get back to Beacon Star Zooms. Oh, nice. Mike's holding the one copy on the shelf that will solve it, and he hasn't handled it out. And the other thing, Randy, is you talked about a sequel. You talked about Putnam in another book. I believe, at least I believe you did. Oh, how Crescent City Falls, right? So if that's a treasure hunt, I mean, I'm not saying accelerate this one to end it to start the next one, but if this is, even when you give your hint, we're still years away, I think it would make sense. And then even more reason for the celebrity to endorse it, so that when you do the second one, you have a lot more audience. And it's just introducing a lot more people to treasure hunts in general. And then they can decide, pick and choose which ones they want. So that's it. This was a reaction to Valentine Goose's reaction. I invite everybody to go subscribe to Valentine Goose on YouTube. Get the book. The book's like $8, guys. It's pretty cheap. And it's a good story. That's the other thing. Xavier Marks is a good story. Beacon Star is a good story, just to read it without the treasure hunt aspect. D&D, Harry Potter, that kind of story. So far, Bart Kay's book has been a good story. Although I just started and it's really tiny font and it's a big book. But anyway, I'll do a review on that when I'm done. I think Craig Carter's tried that already. All right. We skipped the show yesterday. Forest Fen Treasure Found. So I thought I'd go live today to make it up. And the other thing is a personal goal for us. You know, on YouTube, we have 4,480 subscribers. We've never been able to, and we've been at that 4,400 mark, fluctuating for like 3 years. We've never been able to get to 5,000 subscribers. So I would invite everybody, if you know anybody that's interested in puzzles or mysteries or ciphers or treasure hunts, go direct them toward the Cowlazars YouTube channel and hit subscribe. It would mean a lot to me and K-Pro if we could get to 5,000 subscribers. You know, Toby of the Gypsy's Kiss always used to say magical things happen when you get to 5,000 subscribers with the algorithm. I don't know if that's true or not, but give a like, give a subscribe. Hey, how you doing, Nora? And we'll see you down the road. Oh, Thursday. Tune in Thursday. We're going to have Chris Dotson on. He's giving us an update on the Hope Chest, $50,000 hunt. So the hunts are out there. It's just getting the word out. Oh, and then K-Pro says Monday is going to be good. And the next Monday, in case anyone's still interested in the Fen hunt. It's over, but the question with the Fen hunt is, how did it end? And K-Pro is on the case. Xavier Marks, I'm moving to Puerto Rico now, just in case I solve the Beacon Star at some point. That's good. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And I will leave you all with this. Beacon Star Zooms. Who's in? I think I need to start separating my Zooms by who's interested with what treasure hunt. So I've got 200 people that I send out for every Zoom, and the majority of them, you know, I just don't hear back from. The other thing is I'm probably going to clean up the list, because a lot of people haven't joined in a very long time. So I'm thinking they probably aren't going to in the future. World famous gamer, how are you? I see you playing Minecraft every now and then. How's it going? So did Jack solve the Beacon Star, K-Pro? All right, enough of the jokes, everybody. There we go, Randy. That's my reaction to your reaction. What's your reaction to my reaction to your reaction? Yeah, something like that. All right, we're going to end it with this right here. Us versus him. Be afraid, Randy. Be very afraid. Can we get inside Randy Pishel's brain? That is the question. All right, we'll see you next time, everybody.